Welcome inside Cavanaugh Hall here on the campus of IUPUI for Jag Sports Zone, where we bring you everything Jags athletics. I'm your host, Tyler Locke. On today's show, we'll show highlights from the week that was, find out what happens when an athlete trades a sport, and give you a heads up on what you can look forward to this week. The streak stood at 12 for our girls basketball team as they went on the road for a matchup against Wright State. Beginning in the first, the ball finds Mikkel Miller, who launches and hits the three. Later, the ball's fed to Macy Williams, who finds an open Sydney Roll for the triple. Miller, she's driving, and this is so tough. What a shot. Then, Angel Baker with the smooth cross and bucket. It was a close game, but shots like these from Rachel McLemore and Holly Hoopingarner were the key in getting a 62-58 victory. That's 13 straight wins and at least a share of the Horizon League regular season title. It was heartbreaking in the Farmers Coliseum against the Panthers of Milwaukee. Jalen Manette had 26 and Marcus Burke contributed 23 in a game that went into overtime. It was there when Milwaukee's Tejan Lucas baked in a short jumper with 7 seconds left that ultimately decided it. We fall 80-79. The men's tennis team welcomed Xavier into the West Indy Racket Club this past week. The team could not pick up a point and lost the match 7-0. What began with wins against Detroit Mercy and Valparaiso ended with a championship and a win against Creighton for the women's golf team in the Motor City Cup. This tournament win marked the 4th straight for our team. The track and field teams took a trip to South Bend for the Notre Dame Mayo Invitational. For the men, it was Eric Hoffman and Ben Savage headlining for IUPUI. Hoffman had a personal best in the 3,000 meter and finished 9th. Savage had a personal best in the 5,000 meter to finish 13th. For the women, it was Michaela Clampett and Caitlin Murphy. Clampett posted a personal best of 8.02 in the 60-meter dash to finish 7th, and Murray was the runner-up in the 3,000 meter with a time of 9:49.83, missing the school record by 3/4 of a second. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to take a look at what happens when athletes trade their sport for another. We'll be back after this.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit of our horizon.
Welcome back, everybody. Cameron Green has spent hours in the IU auditorium perfecting his craft, but can his athleticism help him survive the soccer field? This week, we went to Carroll Stadium where V. Percy from the women's soccer team put him to the test. 3 to be exact. These two went head-to-head and, well, here's what happened in a segment we're calling Tryouts.
3 out of 5. I'm hopeful. Hopefully I can stop a ball or two.
You got 3 out of 5. I think I can manage beating him.
Thanks to V and Cameron for being a part of the first edition of tryouts. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we will give a preview of what's to come. We'll be right back.
Indianapolis, the heart of hoops hysteria. And beginning in March, the home of the Horizon League men's and women's basketball championships. 8 teams look to reach the horizon and punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament at the Indiana Farmers Coliseum. Semifinal action takes place Monday, March 9th, and Horizon League champions are crowned Tuesday, March 10th. Visit horizonleague.com for more information and to score your tickets today.
Welcome back to the Jag Sports Zone. Our Geico Careers Performers of the Week are Macy Williams from the women's basketball team. Softball has 2 athletes, Rachel Gregory and Kiana Diedrich. In women's golf, we have Kara Blair. Men's track and field has Eric Hoffman. Women's track and field has Caitlin Murphy. And finally, in men's basketball, we have Jalen Manette. From February 19th to the 22nd at the Oakland Aquatic Center in Rochester, Michigan, the men and women swimming and diving teams will compete in the Horizon League Championships. Wishing the best of luck to all our Jags. The softball teams travel to Texas to participate in the UTEP tournament. Their first game is Friday the 21st at 12:30 against New Mexico State. Their second game begins at 5:30 that same day. They wrap up tourney play on Saturday the 22nd with matchups against Omaha at 4 p.m. and UTEP at 6:30 p.m. On the 21st at 7 p.m., the Lady Jags welcome in the Panthers of Milwaukee into the jungle as the team looks to keep the win streak alive. It can be streamed on ESPN+. The men's tennis team looks to take a win as they travel to Butler on the 22nd at 2:30 to take on the Bulldogs. The men's basketball team travels to Chicago to take on the University of Illinois Chicago. The game is on the 22nd of February at 4:15 p.m. and can be streamed on ESPN3. And finally, the women's basketball team welcomes the Phoenix of Green Bay into the jungle on Sunday the 23rd at 2 p.m. It can be streamed on ESPN+. We thank you all once again for tuning in for this edition of Jag Sports Zone. Make sure you check out all the upcoming Jags action. This is Tyler Locke, signing off until next week. Take care, and remember, go Jags.